Start streaming.
We're streaming?
Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Welcome to our very first live episode.
Our very first live episode. We're trying some things out, so we wanted to just go live and see how it goes.
So basically, this isn't necessarily the same episodes that you guys are used to, because we're not going to keep it as long as the other episodes. It'll be about 30 minutes or so.
Right.
And typically this kind of live segment is just for us to answer your guys' questions, if you have any, of course, and just kind of talk about what's going on, if there's any future updates with the studio, or just anything that we want to tell you guys, or if you guys just want to talk, then that's what the segment is for. But yeah, because this is our first time, I guess we should just get to talking and just get like a random topic out there. So what do you have for us today, Sean?
All right, I want to ask you, do you think superheroes are really like good people?
Well, what's up, Fahad? First chatter was good.
What did he say?
He said, "Hi guys." All right, what was the question?
Do you think superheroes are really good people? Like, do you think their involvement in society is good?
Superheroes?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're heroes.
But then they like destroy a city.
Okay,
And they're like,
I think
we're saved, and then half the city is destroyed.
Okay, it depends on what the superhero is fighting for.
Superman.
Okay. If Superman, that's the
Superman
thing.
likes to war a farm.
The
while
casualties, the casualties that occur because of somebody's, because like a superhero is fighting another villain, it depends heavily on what the villain's motive is. So if the villain's gonna blow up the entire world, then I would much rather have the superhero stop him and have some sort of casualties in a nation.
Okay.
I guess I'm not a bad person, guys. But like still, you know what I mean? Like, would you rather risk the entire world or like Manhattan?
You have anything else? I'll
Are you gonna answer the question? Would you rather risk the entire world or Manhattan?
Would the villain even like exist if the superhero didn't exist?
If there's good, there's evil. So
Well, yeah. So if there's good, then there's evil.
well, even if there's no superheroes in our world, there's still evil.
Well, yeah, but Manhattan's alive.
Fair enough, yeah. But then again,
Chicago's in one piece. I know Invincible. I know you remember that lady who died on that.
Anyways, okay, Fahad wants us to talk about superheroes. Well, we're doing that, Fahad.
Fahad's very eager to hear, even though he's right here.
Anyways, so what is your take on this? Because my take, before I pass it off to you, my broad take is that yes, not all heroes wear capes. My broad take is that if a superhero is fighting for the greater good, I would much rather have them come out on top and defeat a villain whose main purpose was to do worse than like I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean?
Fahad's just in the bag.
All right, go for it. What's your take?
All right. First of all, you got to talk about how like cities just get destroyed by superheroes.
Okay, they get destroyed by villains too.
Yeah, but would those villains exist if the superheroes didn't exist?
Maybe.
Would you see?
Possibly, yeah. 100%. There's definitely okay. See, that's a different thing, because superheroes and supervillains are only a thing because of superpowers. So if there's no superpowers, then obviously we're not going to get to the scale of...
if there's no superpowers, we're back to your 9 to 5.
Exactly. So let's not talk about superpowers. If superpowers are exist in this world, there's going to be supervillains, because some people's
would there be like
just
super villains, or would there just be like some like dude robbing people with his powers or something?
If you have a power...
Super villains is defined as like causing collateral. Like,
give me a superpower, Sean.
Super strength.
Okay.
And flight.
If you give super strength to someone who's evil in the head, they're gonna do a lot of bad things. And even if it's just one small crime at a time, those add up. And eventually it's just gonna keep stacking and stacking, and then you're gonna get a supervillain who's eventually gonna use his powers to take advantage of other things, you know what I mean? So I feel like in a world where there's superpowers, there's no regular like criminals, because you can start off as a regular criminal, but if you have access to those powers, you're gonna become a supervillain.
I want to talk about Flash, But that show got so bad in the middle that
we can talk about the first 3-4 seasons.
First 3-4 seasons were peak, right?
Yeah, they were
Season
so
5
good.
was good too, but it was
lost you a little bit.
Who the heck?
Who was it about?
It was about the him, but like from
Yes,
the future, right? Is that him?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that was his name. Yeah. So that guy, he's essentially just the superhero. The superhero himself became the villain.
Okay.
So in the end, like our heroes, like I know you've seen the scene where Superman is just like aura farming. While
Okay, but that's a bad representation of Superman. What about the scene where Superman saves everybody from a falling building? And who caused the falling building? Lex Luthor. So then you have that argument as well.
fair.
You know what I mean? Because, like, look, let me give you an example. In the first Avengers, they destroyed New York, okay? I'll give you that. All of New York was cooked. And you can see the results in Homecoming, whatever. The Avengers destroyed New York to prevent Loki from dropping a nuke on America. So I would much rather have destroyed New York with a defeated villain than a blown up country and all the Avengers are gone.
It's like choosing a bad versus a worse.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I'll take the bad if worse is my other option. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying like,
That's fair. That's fair.
if there's a world of superpowers, then we need superheroes. You know what I mean? And then again, it goes all down into morals. Because like you said, there's heroes that turn villain, but there's also villains that become heroes. Loki's another example of that.
Oh, Loki's a really good
Loki's
example.
yeah.
Of everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Loki's very good. Honestly, I have no idea where to take this now because like.
Because you just know I won.
Yeah. I was just doing that part
No, but
so that
that's
we
a
had
good-
a little bit of an argument.
Yeah. That's a good discussion. Because then again, you can bring up the discussion with like Homelander and the Boys universe.
Ooh.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
The Boys universe.
Because that takes a whole. That's like a more realistic. What would happen if people got superpowers?
Would you? But don't you think like in reality, if like superpowers exist, there would be more villains than heroes? Like an overwhelming amount of villains than heroes, unlike most shows.
Yeah, that could be the case because a lot of people are. It's a debate between selfishness and selflessness, and I think a lot of the times
Most people would choose
yeah.
selfishness.
But then again, there's also a lot of reasons why people would do that. Like, let's say somebody is like less fortunate, they get powers and they use it to like fend for their family and stuff.
kind of like the Vulture.
Yeah, essentially
But
like
the Vulture is still a villain.
He's still a villain.
So that means even people who are trying to do good are still villains. So there's more villains than heroes.
That's true because I guess they're trying to do good, but then it's how they do it that
Exactly.
kind of determines.
And most people
Yeah,
would do
vigilantes.
anything to get whatever they want, right? To feed their family.
That's true.
If they need to feed their family or if they just want money. they would do
But then
anything.
again, that goes like all into morals. Like, would
Exactly.
you rather
The
like
morality of society. Would society choose to be like good people? If like
dude, as of right
what
now,
was
there
the,
might
what
be
was
more
the show
villains.
you or the movie you were talking about? Like anybody gets to do whatever they want for like a day.
The Purge. Yeah.
Think about that. Like
Oh, that's a really dang. That's a good point.
exactly,
The
most
fir-
people in society would not be good people if they could choose to.
But Superman. Yeah, no, that's a good point. I'll give you that because
But also in the Purge, the thing is that they're allowed to do anything, but they're not given any benefits. Like they're not given money to do something better in their lives. They're only at that certain point in their life. and
well, actually, in the
what are
first
they given?
purge, you're given $1,000, something like that. No. But I get what you mean because like they just get the chance to do that, and then there's no.
I don't think the $1,000 changed anything.
Exactly. There's no
Like, I feel
incentive
like they
to
still
doing
would have
good,
done it.
right? And
So you think they're doing it for like? So you think
They're doing it for the
supervillains-
love of the game, yeah.
So if people got superpowers now, most of the villains are doing it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
I see.
Or maybe like most people have had like pretty bad experiences that like, you know, they would
That
want
kinda
revenge
makes-
for.
I guess.
Most people do want revenge for something. It's just they can't get it because they don't have like any power.
So if you were given the choice, would you? Let's say, okay, let me give you a hypothetical. Let's say you are someone that is less fortunate. You can't like fend for your family.
Mhm.
You're given superpowers. Are you going to?
Yeah, I'm being a villain. All right, look, if you're a hero, you're not getting paid jack, right? Like, what are you getting paid?
So you're saying that you're only gonna do good if you get a benefit out of it?
Well, yeah, anything, any sort.
What?
Do you not think kindness is selfish?
Huh?
Kindness is selfish in the end. If
Why
you're
is
being,
that?
If you're being kind, you're not doing it solely for the other person. There's still some benefit that you gain from being kind to someone.
But it's not
and
necessarily always
subconscious-
physical.
Well, yeah, subconsciously you want to have a better day, so you're nice to someone. Like I'll give you.
Someone wrote a comment. Bad. I think that's targeted towards you. Okay, no. Hold on.
No. Think about it. Like today, I was driving here, right? And I stopped for this guy who was like, he was like waiting, and no one was letting him through, right? So I stopped for him. But was I not doing it to just have a better day? Like, think of myself as a better person.
But that's not necessarily selfish because, look, you're helping both people at the same time. If you're only to help yourself in that moment, that's selfish. But you did both. You did it so you feel better, but you also did it so he.
But would you
better.
have done it if you wouldn't have felt better?
What?
Like if you literally just had to help someone, go out of your way to help someone, but you like gain no benefit, not even like mentally, like it's not helping you in any way.
Yeah, I would.
You would be selflessly kind.
Of course.
But is that really
that goes down into morals again?
But is that really just being kind for the sake of it?
But I can't think of a world where I'm kind and not like feeling
like
better about it.
Obviously, be kind.
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah, guys, be kind, please.
But like, understand that you're being kind for a reason. You're not just subconsciously being kind for no reason.
So people are also evil for a reason, though.
There's a difference between being kind and being nice. Being nice 100%. Is you're trying to please someone. That's again selfish.
Okay.
Most people who are like, let's say people who are like kind.
Yeah,
in
people
corporate,
pleasers. They like suck up to other people just.
Let's say you have a boss in corporate and you're being very nice to them.
Yeah, you're getting him
You're
food.
doing them all the work, getting them food.
Yeah.
Treating them to dinner, whatever. That's not for.
That's selfish because you're doing it for your own benefit. But you brought up the point of being kind.
Yeah,
being kind is where you help both people.
Being kind is what you want to do because that's technically reciprocating.
Okay, essentially, so being kind isn't being selfish because you're also helping the other party. In every single scenario where you're helping someone, both people are essentially being benefited.
I guess, being kind, you don't gain as much as being nice, but you still gain in some aspect. And most people do, like, their main motive to be kind is that main aspect of having a better day or just, like, thinking better of themselves, right?
They think that way because they're happy that they helped someone. The first thought that they have initially is, I helped someone.
But they don't care about the other person.
If they didn't care about the other person, they wouldn't do it. They would do other things that make them feel good. They would be productive. They would go to the gym. They would do stuff to get their life together. But they're helping other people because they have the idea that if I help this person...
What was the original conversation?
Superheroes.
No, but like, where do we switch off from? Oh, if society would be good people.
There's the mix...
Okay, well, I think we can both agree, like, society's not going to be mostly, or evenly good and evenly bad.
There's, no such thing as a 50-50 divide. That's not happening.
We saw that in The Purge. Like, most people are going to be bad people. Because being good has a lot of drawbacks, too. You have to, like, follow the law.
There's a lot of trust.
You have to be a good Samaritan.
But I guess, like, the scenario of The Purge, you're given, like, it's allowed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like...
I guess,
would you necessarily say it's bad if you're just... following the guidelines that you're given, like
that's like, is it
like if I said, okay,
Cheyenne,
go home right now, you could go home and it's not necessarily bad because I gave you permission to, even though your work hours aren't done. You're given the permission, so if you go home, that's not a bad thing. So you could, I guess, say, like,
that's a good point. It's like the difference between being allowed to do something and having the ability
like
or
the
chance
choice,
to do something.
Because in the Purge, you're allowed to do it. Every other day where it's not the Purge, if people are doing crimes, then it's out of there. Like,
but there's no repercussions. If you're a villain and you commit crimes, there's not really much repercussions.
But if there's a superhero, there is.
Well, yeah, but there's less superheroes than villains.
Okay, but then, like, there's rich people. They'll make prisons.
But regardless, think about the fact that in the superhero villain world, there's always someone that's fighting against the bad. But in the Purge, the consequences are out of the question. That's why there's so many bad people.
That's true, because there's no consequences.
Exactly.
But
sure, there is laws, but how much could a law dictate what you do when you have superheroes? Like, think of Invincible. You have, like, organized superheroes, right? The Guardians of the Globe. They all died in the first episode.
Well, Omni-Man's too broken, bro.
Nobody could do anything, and even people who thought it was Omni-Man couldn't blame Omni-Man because he became a symbol of hope. He became like Superman. Like Omni-Man,
no, he didn't.
Omni-Man, people trust Omni-Man, right? People look up to him to save him.
Omni-Man showed his character. People knew he was arrogant. They knew he didn't want to work with the Guardians of the Globe.
Season 1, but
no, that was that first season. Ooh, you could see that Omni-Man wanted to do things on his own. He didn't like working with the Guardians of the Globe.
Okay, but that doesn't mean you killed him.
But he's evil though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but people still didn't think he was evil. They still thought he was
so
a
that's
hero.
just corruption. That's
exactly.
not-
Would there not be a corrupt system for heroes
okay,
and
that's
villains?
always been. That's a given. Like even
Exactly.
even if there was more superheroes than supervillains,
And now that they have
corrupt.
like villains to protect them, don't you think like there would be more corruption?
Okay, but then again, it all comes down to like whole power scale debate. Like if there was a divide between superheroes and villains, powers vary. If every superhero and supervillain had super strength, then it's a different question.
Okay, yeah, that's a different thing. Because
Right.
then like people are just throwing buildings at each other.
Yeah, then
That's
it's
not-
just.
I guess we'd
chaos.
say like something like My Hero, where everybody has like their own quirk. which
Okay,
is their,
then that's
power.
like out of your control. Like if the villain's more like,
My Hero is a
overpowered
good
than you-
example of this. That you have like organized crime,
Mhm.
like fully organized villain groups,
Yeah.
and you have organized hero groups. But either way, they both have their own problems.
So what's the divide like in My Hero?
So My Hero, he's trying to be like the main character, Deku, he's trying to be a good hero. And he's trying to like save people, be like All Might. And I know you know who All Might is.
All Might is dope. I
All
love
Might is my favorite hero. Like
Of all time?
Of all time.
Really?
Like the way he like, dude, there was a part in one of the fights where he's like running with Deku. There's like a bunch of rubble in the air and they're jumping from through it. And then at one point he just hits a lat spread.
For real?
Yeah, he just hits a lat spread. And
He's just
keeps-
there to aura farm?
He's literally just aura farming, and then him and Deku, like their arms are like right next to each other, and they land one final punch.
Oh, on the villain?
Yeah, because they have
Okay.
like the same power. Like All Might's power is passed on to Deku, because Deku didn't actually have a quirk.
But then All Might gave it to him?
Yeah, because All Might was
Oh.
like weak.
That's kind of like Akame got killed. The
That's not
Tatsumi, or like the main character, he doesn't have a trump card. He doesn't have a special thing. But then one of these dudes who he like dies, right?
Right.
But he passes on his special power to him, and he becomes like this huge like transformer kind of thing.
Oh.
So it's like another main character that's not as like special as the other people, but that mentor that he has kind of passes that on.
Right.
So like the good influence can lead to superheroes.
Deku became kind of evil in the middle too, though.
But he's good now, right?
I honestly don't know. I haven't watched the last two
I
seasons.
see. And I mean, okay, look, if we're talking about superheroes turning villains, Aaron, that's a good debate between
Okay,
whether or not
Aaron's
he's
is
evil or
different.
not.
You have to finish the show, and then
No, I
I'll
already
let
finished
you,
it.
I can't let you make a.
I know what happens.
Assumption about- no, you
Basically,
don't.
he unlocks the founding titan. He starts rumbling, and then everybody dies.
Yes.
You know I'm right,
he's
too,
like
but-
he's like what? And we already knew that.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
That they already told us that.
Yeah, they all die.
No, they told us about the rumbling.
No, they all die.
Well, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of spoilers.
I've
haven't
seen
you?
so much spoilers over break. It's been like 2 weeks since we watched,
We need to watch.
and I've just been seeing edits.
Dude, the edits are tough though.
They're so tough. It's always like edits over Aaron's speech.
Aaron, Levi, Aaron, and like Zeke have like the toughest edits.
Yeah, or what's it called?
The
you know
Grisha
the
edit.
what was it? You know when Mikasa is talking to Historia, like pick a side. Those edits are so tough.
I don't think I've seen that.
I'll send you one. It's so tough. It's such a tough like bar. I don't think I can say it on camera because she says a bad word.
Oh, but what were we talking about?
So Fahad
evil-
brought up the topic of vigilantes. One of the most famous vigilantes is Batman.
Right.
Do you think
Let me-
what
let
he
me
does
pull up some
is
more examples.
justifiable? If we're bringing up the topic on heroes versus villains, would you consider somebody... Okay, actually, no. Vigilantes are people that actually kill their...
Oh, I spelled
Okay.
it
Big
wrong.
examples: Iron Fist.
Okay, so
Green
Batman's not a
Arrow.
vigilante, my fault. Like Green Arrow or
Green Arrow.
Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine.
You know what I mean?
Self-blame.
Because
But
Batman
then
doesn't kill.
that's like okay, so they're like doing their own thing, kind of, to save people, right?
Yeah, they're doing their own methods, like any means possible for the greater good. Whether that means...
So okay, let's talk about our vigilantes, superheroes or not.
Let's say heroes. Let's just go heroes. Are they heroes or not?
Sure.
If they're doing it for the greater good, if they...
Even if they have to kill a lot of people to get there.
Dude, man, that's a tough question. There's this quote from Batman that it's like, if you kill a murderer, the amount of murderers alive are the same. You know what I mean?
Oh, because
Now you're the murderer. So then it brings
no,
up that
but if you
question.
kill
like,
more than one person, then it.
it's okay. I don't know. Because I guess if it's for the greater good, then it's valid.
I'd say it is.
Right?
But then who decides like the greater good? What if it's like some dude just trying to feed his family and now their family has nobody to feed them?
That's
and
a
then,
tough question.
And then like you killing them made their family die to hunger.
Dude, that's like a crazy. Yeah, that's a good.
Think about that though.
Like imagine you kill one person and then the entire bloodline just perishes.
Well, yeah, because
he's
now
no longer there.
there's no one to feed them.
I mean,
so now there's no food on the table. Like think
okay,
about
I
the
think
vulture.
we can all agree if the Joker died, we would be better off.
Okay, yeah, but the acting is amazing.
Right, he ate all of China, gang. So I think we'd be okay without the Joker.
Okay, the Joker is an exception. He's pure evil.
Okay,
to some extent.
Who's a bro? Like, let's say,
who's a villain that has purpose?
Yeah,
Madara from Naruto.
Oh, dang, I don't know Madara.
Okay, all he's trying to do is he's trying to like stop the world that exists right now and create a new world. Like essentially, he can like essentially remove everyone from the current world and start a new world where everyone's like there's peace. So
I don't know how to feel about like those dystopian, the utopian mindset, because that's not happening.
That reminds me of The Giver.
Dude, The Giver was so good, but that's never gonna happen. Like those are the villains that want to reach peace. Like I think they gotta realize that's never gonna happen. Like peace, I wish it happens.
But I think Madara also knew like he wasn't gonna reach peace. Like
but he still did it.
No, I forgot like what his main like objective was because it was 700 episodes, but like
fair enough.
His main thing was like he knew like having peace meant that there was gonna be wars eventually. So he was trying to like it's a weird one because that's not based off of like real life. There's like different aspects influencing it. So
okay, so if there's a villain, right? Let's take him for example, right? If there's a villain that wants peace, but he knows that there's gonna be repercussions. He knows there's gonna be war at the end of things, and he still does it. Is that still justifiable? Because he has the motive, like, okay, I want a better world,
but that's
which is seen as good, but then he knows that it could be bad, and he still does it anyways. Exactly. How would you?
Well, that's the same thing as vigilantes. They think they're doing the right thing, but they're also killing people. They're doing the exact same thing. Think about it. A villain that has a good purpose and a vigilante are doing the same thing. They both believe they're going.
What's a villain that has a good purpose?
Someone who wants to. I guess that kind of like merges vigilantes and villains into one.
Right. If you think of it in like a small scale, like let's say a villain has a good purpose of feeding his family, but he injures and he harms other people that he has no association to, but it's in like bigger groups. Wouldn't you say that's
what?
Then it comes to the whole moral question where
should we just go for the moral question? Just talk about that.
Might as well. Where's Grok? Grok AI, bro.
Grok is
because like the whole debate on whether you would save the people that you know at the cost of a bunch of people or the opposite. Like what side are you?
That's kind of like again My Hero. So his power, Deku's power, is called one for all, which stands for like him serving all of humanity. And there's also a power called all for one, which is the actual like villain. He's the villain as well. His name is actually all for one. So it's like you can kind of understand like everybody for this one person or one person for everybody.
Dude.
So it's like
you watched Planet of the Apes, right? Remember Koba?
Oh.
What do you think about it?
Wait, which movie was this from?
It was the I think
no, but like which part? The first, second?
Yeah.
I watched those.
What was his whole thing again?
So basically what happened to him was in the beginning of Planet of the Apes, the way that they became smart was because scientists were doing experiments. Let me get closer to the
Yeah, let's get hot into the mic here.
So basically what happened in Planet of the Apes was that in the beginning when the scientists were doing experiments on the apes, they were trying to find a cure to Alzheimer's. Right? So they were testing on apes to be able to find a cure. And in the process of that, they were abusing many apes. And Koba was one of the apes in the laboratories. And he'd basically been the ape that got tortured the most and got tested the most. So visually, he was like completely cooked. There were scars on him. He was completely destroyed as a person and an ape, right? And eventually what he ended up doing was they got smart, right? All the apes got smart. There was Koba and there was Caesar. That's Koba.
Yeah, I remember him.
So Koba was in like the same circle as Caesar, but Caesar wanted to do it in a proper way and get justice for the apes in a good way. But Koba, he'd gotten tortured so much that he was like, there's no better way to do this than just kill the humans. So that was his whole thing.
Okay, so is he a bad guy? Because you got to think about his bringing up. He was tortured by humans.
Dude, this is hard. The whole tortured villain thing is like the hardest to.
Okay, we'll go a
down.
different route. So let's say we talked about organized crime, right? And
Okay,
how
like mafias?
corrupted companies would
Sure.
exist. Think about cyberpunk edge runners. I know you don't know the concept, but the entire like villain entity is this company called Arasaka. And in reality, to the public, they're like very good. They make the newest tech. They have a school that teaches people how to use the newest tech and like prevent cyber attacks and all that. So, but we realize like they're not good people. They have a corrupt like past, and they have like a bad history. They do bad things, and they have like weapons that could destroy a lot of like cities. And the main hero, what was his name? David, right? Yeah, David. He's going against them, even though like his mom wanted him to join the school and become like part of that thing, but he got hurt. They got in an accident. I think you've watched that part.
I got to that part. Yeah,
and they
yeah.
didn't heal her because she didn't have like enough money.
I
Whatever
get
the
her
currency
status was low. And stuff.
So like this system was created, and you think about it, like his mom died even though she could have been saved.
Because
the people were there, they could have saved her, but they didn't, and then they like trash talked her too and left.
Yeah, I remember that.
So like, are they really bad? Is David really a bad person for going against Arasaka? Because in the public's eyes, he's bad.
But not okay. But then again, he isn't bad because sure, the public may think that they're a good figure, but at the end of the day, they're not. So it's not necessarily like, oh, are they evil or good? They are evil, but just through the perception of others, they're good.
Exactly.
So if David knows the truth about it, then it's not crazy for him to go against it. Will society think he's a bad person? Yes, for sure. But is he a bad person? No, because he's doing something for the greater good. It's just that people don't know, so they can make their own interpretations, whatever. But at the end of the
wouldn't that give Arasaka a better name? Like if let's say they stopped David from committing like whatever he wanted to do, then what? Then they can show the public like, look at this guy, he was a traitor. But that's
just more corruption then.
Exactly. So that gives the villains more power.
Okay, but that means the hero sucks. Think of, I'm assuming David does expose them at the end.
Yeah, kind of.
Let's say he does, right? Let's say he does eventually expose them. Think about what that does for society. Not everybody who trusted them are against them now. And sure, there's gonna be that few that are like that join that side.
I'll tell you this: it's not like fully exposed. I don't want to spoil the ending, but it's not like the public still thinks Arasaka is good at the end.
Okay, but let's just go off the hypothetical that they're fully exposed. Everyone hates them.
Well, why would we? Because the show didn't go that way.
Okay, but we've been doing hypotheticals all episode. We got 3 minutes, bro.
Shoot. Okay, wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. And let's go one more example.
This is undecided.
One more example that goes to this whole corrupt thing. Do you know Red Hood?
Yeah.
All right. Jason Todd was Robin. Literally one of the best Robins aside from Nightwing.
Yeah.
And he gets corrupted and tortured by the Joker and becomes Red Hood. All right. He goes against Batman, his own mentor, because he is obviously betrayed. He got left there. He was left to die. And when he finds out that the person that tortured him is still alive, even though Batman could have gotten rid of him years ago, he's out for revenge. So do you think revenge is justifiable in scenarios like that? Like, we're not going to go good or evil, but I'm just saying, if someone is tortured, like Koba, if someone is tortured, taken advantage of, and corrupted, is it valid for them? Or is it, I guess, valid and morally correct or acceptable?
Wait, he was getting revenge on who?
On Batman.
On Batman,
yeah,
right?
For leaving him.
Okay.
Is that valid for him to do?
No. Because I've watched Vinland Saga.
Get out of here, bro.
Dude,
Listen.
The entire purpose of Vinland Saga is to talk about how revenge isn't justified. Like, if you look at it, Thorfinn had every reason to go for revenge, and he did go for revenge in the first season, and then he found out like he missed his opportunity, and now he's just sitting there like, what does he do now? Like, he can't get revenge anymore, even if he did get revenge. Like, the same thing happened to the guy he was trying to get revenge to. He died. The guy he was trying to get died some way or another, but not to his hands. So like, was the revenge justified? His dad died to this person, by the way.
Yeah.
So his entire thing is trying to get revenge for his dad, and in that, like, journey, he realizes that like his dad wouldn't have wanted him to get revenge either, and that him getting revenge actually ruined a lot of his good years because he was killing more people to get to the person he wanted to get revenge on. So revenge wasn't justified in that case, and I don't think revenge is ever justified.
You know what? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I can't give you team revenge or team just peace because
leave it unjust.
I think we'll just leave it for another discussion because there's
we'll come
so
back
much.
to this eventually.
We'll get back
in a couple hundred episodes.
Yeah, we'll see. But I think that will call it for our first live episode.
I think it went by pretty good.
It went really good. We had a good discussion. This is one of my favorite topics we could
continue it.
On. We can definitely continue it. But yeah, in the future, the lives won't really be like this. It's most likely.
Is the horror episode out?
No, horror episode's not out.
It'll come out today. It is Wednesday. It'll come out today, guys.
It'll come out today. Horror episode will come out later today.
Since it's live, I can tell it to come out.
Yeah.
Now it's your job to post it.
Right. Sorry, it's New Year's Eve, but we're gonna get your episode out every Wednesday. Don't worry.
Wednesday. And a couple more every now and then because we just can't wait.
But yeah, I think we'll call it there. Yep. In the future, we'll have more questions for y'all. Thank you, Fahad, for joining us.
We got to get him a mic.
We'll get you a mic.
Even if he doesn't have a camera, he's just in the bag just talking to us.
So you don't have to be in the chat all the time. But we appreciate you being in the chat. So I think for now, we'll call it. But thank you guys for...
Thank you guys.
For watching.
We'll try doing more lives later.
Yes, we'll definitely do more lives in the future. But for now, check out the horror episode that'll be dropping later today. And our last episode of the year. Yeah, so have a great...
What episode is this? Is 6, right? This one is 6?
This will be 6, yeah.
The horror is 5?
Yeah, horror is 5.
Okay.
So yeah, have a great New Year's.
Yep. Have a good New Year's. Happy New Year's.
Yeah, we hope 2026 goes well. And we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, let's have Cheyenne say bye.